You're watching a Highwire Media podcast. The third episode of Daredevil Born Again comes after a riveting two-part opener, so it's understandable that things are now cooling down a little bit this week. There's a focus on Hector's trial that leads to all manner of legal twists and turns, but even the twistiest lawyer drama isn't exactly the most thrilling to watch. Matt Murdock arguing the case for a vigilante certainly makes for a lot of interesting material on a thematic level, and all of the performances remain top-notch. But there's a disappointing lack of superhero intrigue because Daredevil doesn't make an appearance. Still, this episode creates a complex and dangerous dynamic between Murdock and the police force, and the shocking ending stayed with me long after the credits rolled. Even though I came into this episode knowing the tragedy that befalls White Tiger in the comics, I was still shocked to see him abruptly assassinated at the end of the episode. By someone wearing a Punisher logo, no less. Above all else, the show genuinely makes you feel the immense loss of Hector as not only a superhero, but as a human being. Actor Kamar Los Rey's opening monologue had me getting emotional over singing frogs, which made hearing them over the end credits even more heartbreaking. This is a bit of a dicey episode for our main character. It's clear to see that talking to Ayala makes him reflect on his own vigilantism as Daredevil, though Murdock seems to be in a place where he's content only by helping people as an attorney and not as a superhero. Will Hector's unjust, violent end be enough to make him put on the mask again? The way he keeps fidgeting with that broken horn certainly makes me think so. But how Murdock handles the trial didn't work for me. It's far too reckless and theatrical, even for him. I didn't buy his reasoning explaining away his cavalier actions. Outing Hector as the White Tiger ends up winning him the case, but he, of all people, should know how dangerous it is to reveal another hero's secret identity. Alright, TV and movie fans, let's be honest. Keeping up with your favorite shows, new releases, and live events can feel like a full-time job. You got one app for binge watching, another for live TV, a separate one for sports. Before you know it, you're paying for 5 different services and still missing out on what you actually want to watch. Well, Hulu plus Live TV changes all of that. With Hulu plus Live TV, you get the best of both worlds. Not only do you have access to Hulu's massive streaming library, we're talking thousands of movies, hit TV series, and exclusive originals, you also get over 90 live channels, including ESPN, ABC, FX, Fox, NBC, and more. That means live sports, breaking news, and your must-watch reality TV all in one place. Plus, let's talk convenience. No cable box, no contracts, no hidden fees, just instant access to the shows and games you love, whenever and wherever you want. Watch on your TV, laptop, phone, or tablet. It's completely up to you. So if you're tired of the hassle, the high prices, and the constant FOMO when a big game or season finale drops, Hulu plus Live TV is your all-in-one solution. Sign up today, cancel anytime, and start watching the way TV was meant to be on your terms. Get Hulu plus Live TV now and never miss a moment. Use the link in the description. Join today. Case in point, the gunman was able to wait outside Ayala's home and murder him when he stepped out onto the street. Murdock's tactics are especially short-sighted when you consider how Mayor Fisk ran a whole campaign demonizing vigilantes. Even the judge calls out Murdock for being a huge hypocrite, and he brushes it off. Also, having Nikki Torres flakes out on the witness stand is an odd twist because it's never explained what they had on him or how they even got in contact with him while he was in witness protection. I appreciate the writers trying to liven up the courtroom drama, but it comes at the expense of Murdock's credibility as a lawyer. This is a quieter episode for Wilson Fisk as his relationship with Vanessa continues to languish, and his allies from his Kingpin days refuse to let him escape his old life. Looks like the police chief was right when he told Fisk, once a thug, always a thug. Becoming mayor has truly changed the character. He went from feeling like his status as a kingpin of crime made him the most powerful man in the world to now calling crime lords petty, squabbling vermin. This, of course, mirrors Murdock's state of mind, where he believes he's moved on to something better, when in reality, he'll never be able to escape his true self. The Punisher's presence continues to grow as we see another cop with a skull tattoo on his neck, Ayala's murder, as previously mentioned, wearing the symbol. I have to imagine that these men have appropriated the Punisher logo and the actual Punisher, Frank Castle, has nothing to do with them. Hope this means he'll be making his big entrance next episode, and I imagine he won't be happy with what others have done in his name. And now I'm going to share some other thoughts I have with you from this episode. One of the cops that Murdock brutalized at the end of episode 2 plays a part in this episode, but he only has a bruised face. Did you hear the cracking sound his neck made when Murdock hammered him to the floor? It's a miracle he isn't dead. Did anyone else find it funny how Murdock mentions White Tiger's magic amulet to the jury, and they all accept what he said at face value? And I suppose that everyday people in the MCU have seen enough crazy stuff by now that a mystical pendant doesn't even make them blink an eye. During the trial, there was a passing mention of Officer Morales. Is that a reference to Jefferson Morales, father of Spider-Man Miles Morales? That would make it the second Spidey reference the show has made thus far. Now I'm starting to expect a Tom Holland cameo, but of course that would never happen unless... So, a verdict. The third episode of Daredevil Born Again is a bit underwhelming compared to the great 1-2 punch of the premiere. The trial of Hector plays a key role in making Murdock do some self-reflection, and Camar de los Reyes, apologies for butchering his name, does a fantastic job conveying the heart and soul of his wrongly accused vigilante. But the legal drama alone isn't enough to pick up the slack of a Daredevil-less episode. There's a lot of setup for future conflicts, most notably the jaw-dropping ending. So at the very least, this episode does the job of creating excitement for what's to come. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It was okay. Wasn't horrible. Definitely isn't the best episode of verse 3. We'll see what happens next week. So with that, give me your thoughts in the comment section down below. What did you think of Daredevil Born Again episode 3? And if you want to support the channel, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. Everything you give goes right back in this channel and helps us get a little bit better. Of course, you can find us on all major podcast platforms, Good Pods, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you can, please consider giving us a review on your favorite podcast platform. And with that, thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll see you next time.